What is up, everybody? It is February. That means Super Bowl is tomorrow. It's the first week of February. It's the worst month for sports. I don't know if Jackson can agree. Sam is gone again, guys. Just got really caught up. But Jackson, do you think February is probably the worst sports month?
Uh, I've really got to think about this one.
Because I can name something that probably happens in every month other than February. I mean, other than the Super Bowl.
It's definitely one of the worst, but I'm trying to think. Yeah, it's probably the worst. I'd probably side with that.
Because there's all the professional sports are not going on in except for basketball. That's it. The best is between September and October. You got baseball, basketball, and football.
The best is from September to February. That's football season.
Yeah.
That's the best season.
But the best month is March. March Madness.
Wrong. There's no NFL.
If there was NFL in March, that would be a great combination right there. Anyway, let's get right into it. We got some breaking news. Pat Mahomes announced MVP. Spoiler alert. Sorry. Patrick Mahomes is announced MVP. Beats Drew Brees. He gets Offensive Player of the Year too. Jackson, before the show started, you were talking about how you were kind of shocked how Mahomes also got Offensive Player of the Year. Can you talk about that a little bit more?
Yeah, I just think that, typically in the past they've given Offensive Player of the Year to the runner-up to the MVP. So I thought they were going to give it to Brees, but I'm glad that they gave it to him, I guess. I mean, we all knew that the real award was MVP, and yeah, he got both, so that's awesome.
Yeah, congrats to Patrick. Some other awards that were announced was Offensive Rookie of the Year, Saquon Barkley, Baker. I don't know what the votes were, but I hope it was close. I really thought Baker had a chance.
I didn't think he had a chance, really.
You're on the Browns and you won 7 games in your first year. That is pretty darn good.
I don't think he had a chance, though. I'm not saying he didn't do a good job. I don't think he ever had a chance to win it.
All right. Second is Defensive Player of the Year, Aaron Donald.
That was easy.
Back to back.
That was easy. In football right now. Best.
What were you saying, Jackson? You were lagging right there.
Sorry. It was such an easy pick. He's the best defensive player of the 21st century.
All right. Next is Defensive Rookie of the Year, and that was Darius Leonard of the Colts, who led the league in tackles, so that was a no shot. It was actually pretty close to Darwin James. Darius Leonard only had 9 more first-place votes than James, so I thought that was a lot closer than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah. I mean, Derwin was a beast.
Yeah. Just when you lead the NFL in tackles in your first year, that's pretty darn good.
You know who I was surprised didn't get any votes? Was Leighton Vander Esch. I thought he'd get a couple.
Yeah, people were even saying how he should win. Bradley Chubb did get one, if anybody was wondering.
I felt like Vander Esch was better than Chubb this year.
Well, Vander Esch performed in the second half of the season.
Yeah, I mean they do really. I feel like there's a lot of early season bias when they give out these awards.
Well, I mean, you should probably play the
Okay.
whole year because I mean, he wasn't playing because there's somebody better at his position at first. So I mean, that kind of says something.
Yeah.
Next is comeback player of the year, Andrew Luck. Not surprised at all.
No, he deserved it.
He did. You guys
Which
even
is
said
crazy though, because there was a big class for the comeback. It could have
yeah,
been Aaron Rodgers, could have been J.J. Watt, but it ended
Deshaun
up he had the
Watson.
best year. Yeah, I mean he had the best.
He would have got MVP if Patrick Mahomes wasn't starting.
We'll see, because I bet.
Yeah, we will see what votes come out. But then I'm pretty sure I named all of them, and coach of the year was Matt Nagy. So once
Which
again,
I thought was. I think they robbed the real coach of the year. And you
who?
already know. You already know who it was.
It's not Big Red, is it?
Nope.
Sean McVay,
Nope.
Bill Belichick.
Yep. Easily the best coach in the NFL.
Hold up.
Just facts at this point. That dude is a beast.
Did you know? Oh, here we go. Bill Belichick has received Coach of the Year. I want to say 3 times. Let me count here. 1, 2. Yeah, he's received it 3 times. Belichick has received it 3 times, so that's pretty good. Not many coaches. He has the second most. Don Shula of the Dolphins has the most with 4.
The Belichick should win it every single year because he's the best coach every single year.
Yeah, it's whatever. Anyway, it looks like we're not getting our 25 likes. Looks like everyone does like 8 o'clock shows. Just saying. um, Tomorrow's Super Bowl. It's the Super Bowl. Patriots Rams. Let's get right into it. But first, we're going to talk about somebody. John Perry will be the head official of refs for the Super Bowl. Should NFL fans feel like this is a good move by the NFL? Supposedly, I heard John Perry lives in California.
Yeah, going out of this, I please God let this dude be favored for the Rams. I wouldn't even be upset.
You wouldn't be upset if the Patriots get snubbed out of a Super Bowl?
Oh no, they deserve this. The way that they've cheated in the past is unbelievable. It'd be karma.
All right. Do you know betting? We're not advertising betting here. Do you know it?
Do I know betting?
Yeah, like do you have a pretty good knowledge of it?
I know what it is, yeah.
Do you know like spreads and everything?
Yeah.
All right, I was just making sure. Do not bet. We're not advertising to bet.
Unless you are of the age, then you can.
Still wouldn't consider it. It's just downhill. What?
If I'm gonna sports bet, 100%. Sports betting can make you very rich.
Hey, PSG, what's up, bro? Thanks for somebody saying liked. Appreciate it. Anyway, the Patriots have a now 3-point spread on the Rams. Is this a good spread or bad spread?
Oh, I think it's a great spread. I would take it in a heartbeat. I think New England's got the better, and this is saying a lot because McVay's good, but I think they have the better coaching staff. They're more disciplined, have the better quarterback, have the better offensive line.
They just don't have the better coach.
No, they do have the better coach. Belichick's better than McVay right now.
Okay, I thought you were talking about the Rams.
No, the Rams, no. The Patriots have a better quarterback, offensive line.
Okay, yeah,
Honestly,
that makes a lot more sense.
Since Todd Gurley's been hurt, they have a better running game. Their wide receivers aren't that flashy, but they always seem to get open. And I mean, their defense is underrated, to be honest. It had that second half collapse at Kansas City, but they shut out the Chiefs in the entire first half, which is really, really tough to do. So here's my thing. If Goff doesn't play a hell of a game, there's absolutely no way. So right. I think the line is generous, but you also have to take into account that the Patriots have never, in all 8 of their Super Bowls with Tom Brady, have never had a game that was decided by more than.
Yeah, by more than a touchdown, right?
Yeah, Every single one's been one possession.
All right. So this isn't like related to the Super Bowl, but it's related to the Patriots. Did the Patriots make the right move trading Jimmy G, seeing that the Patriots are back in the Super Bowl?
I mean, not necessarily. I mean, they could have kept him, right?
And use him for the future.
To be honest with you, they probably, and isn't even a knock on Brady, they probably get to this position with Garoppolo.
Really?
And assuming Garoppolo doesn't tear his ACL. Honestly, probably. Garoppolo is better outside of the pocket. He has more mobility, which would only add to Belichick's great schemes. And I feel like he would be able to do it. I really think Garoppolo – here's the thing. Brady didn't have to play really hero ball except for at Kansas City.
But he still didn't.
Yeah, I mean, they really didn't. And that's the thing. Like, I'm saying, like, Tom Brady's very impressive. I don't want to take that away from the guy. But you could put a good handful of quarterbacks in that New England Patriot system, and they'd be able to win as well.
Wow.
And what did they get for Tom Brady? I mean, Jimmy Garoppolo, a second-round pick, which, I mean, it's debatable. I mean, I don't know.
All right.
What's your opinion on that?
I think they definitely should have kept him. I mean, it just made the Niners better. The Patriots, literally, like, I get Belichick is Belichick, but Belichick kind of already, like, made Garoppolo who he is. So even if Belichick left before Garoppolo can start, he already has Belichick's knowledge and, like, he already has his experience with Belichick. So I thought the Patriots would have been better with just staying with who they have. But next thing, would a loss by the Patriots hurt? Would a Patriots loss hurt Brady's legacy at all as GOAT or LOAT?
Would it hurt? Not too much.
I don't think it would hurt the GOAT, but I think it would hurt the LOAT.
I just think that I've said this a lot of times that he is overrated, which I don't think is false. I think every quarterback that has the level of success he does is going to be overrated. I think Rodgers is overrated. Breeze is overrated. You're so good that people think you're like the best thing ever, and they just look past your flaws. But I don't think it's going to hurt him that much, to be honest. Like, what's the reality if they lose? They still have 5 Super Bowls.
He's lost the most Super Bowls ever.
But he's been to the most ever. So it's like, and he's also won the most ever. So it's like
tied.
He's tied for the most Super Bowls
I thought he
ever.
Was.
Yeah, I think he as a quarterback he has the most.
Okay, as a quarterback, yeah.
Yeah. As a losses in the Super Bowl, he would be tied with Jim Kelly 4. But either way, it doesn't matter. You already have 5 Super Bowls. It's like at this point, your legacy's not going to much. Same with Bill Belichick. I don't feel like Bill Belichick's legacy really depends on this game at all unless they win. It can only enhance his legacy, not hurt his legacy at this point. And on the flip side, I think they'll have a lot of legacy on the line tomorrow. Obviously, they haven't accomplished really anything except winning the NFC. Goff's never accomplished a Super Bowl. McVay's never been here, so I think the pressure's on the Rams.
Yeah. All right. Brady's already said he's not retiring. He already said 0% chance on ESPN. But if he were to win, should he retire?
No. Like I've said, to play in Bill Belichick's system does not take a ton of skill. It just takes it takes a certain person, because not a lot of quarterbacks that have the fame and act those guys that's willing to. And so I think he'll stay in there. His offensive line doesn't get him hit very often. They have a good running game, great scheme, terrible division. So I think he's making the right choice, unless tomorrow, which I hope doesn't happen, but unless he gets injured tomorrow, then you'd really have to strongly consider retirement. But I hope that doesn't happen.
All right. So both teams are good at the run game and passing game, as we've seen. But what do you think this game will be? More heavy on the run or pass? between the teams, not for Patriots or Rams.
Yeah.
Between.
Well, it's really gonna depend on the state of the game. If one team gets running, one team passing, but I think this game stays relatively close for a while. I think this a lot of passing for the Rams. I'm gonna say, and a decent amount. I'd say the balanced because I think the Patriots are gonna get the. So I would say this is probably going to be for New England balanced for the Rams.
What for the Rams?
For the Rams, it's going to be pass heavy.
All right. You don't think C.J. Anderson will tear up the Patriots like he has in the past?
That was 4 years ago.
I'm just saying.
You know how much weight he's put on since then? That dude's not even the same player. But here's the thing. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because if they fall behind, they're not running the football.
Yeah. All right. The player to score the most touchdowns in this game is
Sony Michel.
Really?
He's used perfectly.
How many?
I'm gonna say 2. I don't think any player scores more than 2.
Are
we not counting quarterbacks?
I was gonna say we include quarterbacks.
Okay, including quarterbacks.
Because if you're saying he gets 2, and now you're gonna say Brady gets like more than 2, this is a high scoring game.
Including quarterbacks, I would say Goff would get the most touchdowns tomorrow because he's gonna have to sling it.
All right, and how many?
Here's the thing: when New England gets down, I'll give you that answer after this. When New England gets down in the red zone, they don't pass a lot, and the one time they did, Reggie Ragland picked it off 2 weeks ago. So Belichick's not stupid. He's not going to repeat that mistake. They run, and Sony Michel is that guy. Him and Rex Burkhead. But for the Jared Goff, I think underrated. They play a very good zone, and I think if the Rams get behind, they're going to play a little bit more cover 3, cover 4, which will give him more more checkdowns and stuff. And I think it's going to lead to some touchdowns.
How many?
3.
All right. I agree with 3, but I'm going with Todd Gurley. 2 rushing, 1 receiving.
I mean, but he hasn't done anything all year. I mean, not all year, all postseason.
He got a touchdown in the last game.
Yeah, but he had 5 total yards?
Is a touchdown a touchdown?
Yes, but 5 total yards is 5 total yards.
The yards don't matter in touchdowns. A touchdown is a touchdown.
You're telling me if he runs for less than 20 yards versus New England, they're going to win?
I never said they were going to. I just said he's going to get 3.
Well, according to you, touchdowns don't matter. I mean, yards don't matter whenever you're talking about touchdowns.
What are you talking about?
I just said he had 5 yards last week, which I'm going to make sure. He had a very low amount.
He had 10.
10.
It was really low.
Yeah, and that wasn't rushing. That was total. That was through the air too. So it would be awfully weird if he got 3 tomorrow, because he only got 1 in New Orleans, and honestly, it's crazy he got 1 because he only had 10 yards. But we'll have to see if they play him more tomorrow. They haven't really said anything about his injury.
No, he's not injured. He's not injured. He said he just didn't play good. He's perfectly healthy. He's not even on the injury report. Speaking of the injury report, the only person on the injury report is Greg Zuerlein for the Rams. It is his foot, his planting foot.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
Yeah, people are saying he should be fine, but I mean, when you're on the injury report, it's taken a little serious. He's been in a boot, but he only practices on Fridays. So, I mean, that would be the best job. Only having to work 2 times a week, and you get paid a lot of money.
I think he'll be fine.
All right.
I mean, if he's not, if he wasn't gonna be fine, the Rams would have picked up a kicker this week.
Are you even allowed?
Oh yeah, you can cut a guy and pick up a kicker. Why not?
Because it's postseason. Anyway. Super Bowl 53, Jackson. How is it gonna be remembered?
There's 2 ways it's gonna be remembered, and I'll give you the one that I think is most likely, but I'll tell you the 2 that you're gonna say it's the passing of the torch from Belichick to McVay as the next dynasty as a coach, or B, it's going to be remembered as just another game, another Super Bowl that added to the legacy of the Patriots dynasty. And I think it's going to be one of the games that adds to the Patriots dynasty. I don't understand. They very well could lose, don't get me wrong, but I don't think they will. Because Belichick with 2 weeks is very tough to beat. I know they lost last year in the Super Bowl, but there's some rumors that they even threw that game. They benched Malcolm Butler, which you could argue lost. Not really sure, to be honest, why they did that still. There's still no clear answer. But, there's so much pressure on Jared Goff. And the thing that's different is Nick Foles didn't have as much pressure as Jared Goff, because Nick Foles was like, it was a miracle he was there, right? He wasn't supposed to be there. Jared Goff was the number 1 pick. This is supposed to
not
be
this early. Not this early.
But this is where this stage is not supposed to be a stage that he can't play on. When you looked at Nick Foles, you were like, he's starting in the Super Bowl? Oh my God. But you look at Jared Goff, you're number 1 overall. Fast forward 3 years, you're starting in the Super Bowl versus the quarterback with the most Super Bowl wins ever. I mean, there's a lot of pressure on you, and I think Belichick uses that, blitzes him, and I don't think he can respond to the blitz.
All right. I think this Super Bowl is going to be remembered as a Super Bowl that shouldn't happen.
Shouldn't?
It really shouldn't have. Sorry, guys. Braces. Really can't talk right now. The Rams shouldn't be in the Super Bowl. The Patriots, I mean, no one wants to see them in the Super Bowl. So
the argument the Rams shouldn't be there is annoying to me. They definitely should be there.
I get where you're coming from, but that's what everyone else is saying. I'm going with the public.
My thing is, the public's perspective on this is stupid. And honestly...
But not KC3 takes, fans. You guys are awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. The missed penalty, the missed call, honestly saved Drew Brees and Sean Payton's legacy. Because of that, we haven't talked anything about Drew Brees choking in overtime. Not a word has come out of our mouth about that.
I mean, on that night, I think it did, whenever he passed the interception.
Not only that, they had a 13-10 lead in the fourth quarter, and they didn't win that game. You're at home, I'm sorry, but you put yourself in a terrible situation by blowing that lead. And a missed call happens. It's unfortunate. But there was tons of missed calls the other way where they had a face mask on Jared, and they would have thrown the flag. It would have given them 3 more downs inside the 5-yard line, where you could only assume they would have scored a touchdown, which would have put them up 4 instead of tied. So that is one thing you can look at and be like, well, see, a missed call could have done several different. And then Drew Brees in overtime throws up a stupid ball, and it gets in, but he doesn't get the hate for it that he should be because of one missed call.
All right.
So the Rams worked their tail off to get in the Super Bowl.
They did. I will give you that. I'm just saying.
They don't call. It's not their fault that the ref missed. They just play the game.
Yeah, the Rams, they don't have anything to be sorry for.
No.
All right, moving on. Next question. Super Bowl MVP. Who is it?
As much as I hate to say this, I think it's going to be Tom Brady. Because if the Patriots, regardless of how it happens, he's going to win.
All right. And if the Rams win?
If the Rams win, I think it's Aaron Donald. Because I think the only way they can, Aaron Donald has his best career game.
Really?
Well, here's the thing. The way to beat New England is pressure the quarterback and get hits on Brady, because Brady is not comfortable whenever that happens. No quarterback is. Brady hasn't been hit or sacked.
He's been only pressured twice in the whole playoffs.
Yeah, and that's such like a ticky-tacky stat. That's not even a real stat, really. Pressured, it's like such a judgment stat.
One of those was the roughing the passer, I'm pretty sure.
God, if that's rushed, I don't. You saw Mahomes 2 weeks ago. He was running around for his life. The Chiefs'
those are called under pressure.
The Chiefs' defensive line is a very good unit, and they didn't even, in my opinion, get close to sacking him. Not once.
And when they
The
did, they hit him
Chargers
on
are
the
a great
shoulder.
defensive line. Oh yeah, they did hit him on the shoulder. I hope Brady's recovered enough for now.
Yeah, I hope his sons kissed him on the shoulder a lot.
Hey, if he has a bad game tomorrow, it's because of that Chris Jones nasty hit.
Hey. Anyway, my Super Bowl MVP if the Patriots win, of course, Tom Brady. Now, the Rams, I say it's Todd Gurley if the Rams win.
Yeah.
I could see, I just don't see Jared Goff. I see him performing well, but I don't see him performing to a Super Bowl caliber, and that's where I think the defense and Todd Gurley will come into handy.
Would you be bothered, or how upset would it make you to see Marcus Peters win Super Bowl MVP?
I don't understand why people are upset. The dude got traded. It's like, good for you. You did good in the big game. You won the Super Bowl. The team that traded you didn't. You got the better end of this deal. I'm like, stop hating on the dude. Yeah, he did some stupid stuff, but he's not on the team anymore. What is there to hate? The Rams?
It's our fault in the first place that he's not on the team. We traded him for virtually nothing.
Yeah, well, I mean, he did actually get traded.
I understand that, but I mean, I don't see how you can hate the guy. Like, he gave you so many good.
Yeah.
It's like the hatred towards him. It's like, was he a bad teammate? Yes, I still think he's a bad teammate. He runs his mouth, and
he has some other bad teammates on there, and that's what makes him a good teammate on there.
I think, mixing him with Sue and a Talib kind of works out because they all kind of get along, and they're, I don't know, they're just, you know what I'm saying? They're just like similar attitudes, similar personalities.
They're 3 peas in a pod.
Yeah, and also they got a guy in Sean McVay that's younger that will deal with some of that crap, and Andy Reid was not dealing with that crap at all. When he got ejected and threw the flag into the stands at the Jets, that was the day that he pretty much asked out of Kansas City. After that, the Hunts were not going to deal with that anymore.
No, Kansas City doesn't like that. Anyway, final score prediction. Give it to me, Jackson. Who wins Super Bowl 53?
Man, it's going to be so close, I think, at the end. I'm going to give the Patriots the win 33-26.
The Patriots?
Yes.
33-26?
Yep.
All right. I'm going to go with the Rams. I got Rams. Rams. God dang. I'm going to go... Hold up. Wait 1 second. Pulling something up. I'm going to go with... You know what? McVay's going to say this is my generation, not yours, oldie. This is going to be a statement win. It's going to be 35-24.
11-point win.
All right, now we're going to move on to MLB. Well, wait, there's nothing because Machado and Harper don't want to sign, so never mind, guys. Next on is the NBA. We got some NBA All-Star news. Let's just go right into the roster, guys. We will talk about Tuesday, the skilled challenge games, people. We don't know that. We will know that of Monday. But let's go into the NBA All-Star starters. We don't know what team they are on because they have not been drafted yet, but those starters are Giannis, LeBron, Steph, KD, Joel Embiid, Paul George, James Harden, Kyrie, Kawhi, and Kemba. Who shocks you the most?
Kemba, because Charlotte's kind of irrelevant, and I'm surprised that they've. I think he's deserving though. I'm not saying that.
He might not even play now, maybe because he's hurt.
Well, it is Charlotte where they're hosting it, so I feel like that has an impact on it. But I mean, yeah, that kind of shocked me because I was like, dang. Shocked me that isn't starting is Anthony Davis.
Hey, we're going to get into it. We're going to get into it. Anthony Davis can't even play, so.
Why not?
The dude's hurt.
Hurt, yeah, right.
Jackson, he was hurt before all this came out. He did something to his finger like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, he could play.
He could play, but who knows? All right. Now let's go to the reserves. We got LaMarcus Aldridge, Bradley Beal, Anthony Davis, Blake Griffin, Nikola Jokic, Damian Lillard, Kyle Lowry, Chris Middleton, Dirk, Victor Oladipo, D'Angelo Russell, who's replacing Victor, both get an All-Star. Ben Simmons, Klay Thompson, Karl Anthony Towns, the Magic Dude, Dwayne Wade, and Russell Westbrook.
You missed Dirk.
I said Dirk.
Oh, I didn't hear you.
Oh, sorry. Dirk and Dwayne were announced yesterday as special additions. What were your thoughts on that? Do you like that?
Yeah, I do. I think you got two clear Hall of Famers that I know it's Wade's last year. Is it Dirk's? Is it Dirk's last year?
If it's not, then I don't know how.
No, assuming it's both of their last years, I think that's just a sign of respect for them that they deserve. One more All-Star game. And Dirk's not having a good year, but Wade's not having Wade's averaging like 14 a game.
Yeah,
which
14 a game, 4 assists, and 4 rebounds. You look at Dirk,
now,
4.4.
Dirk's averaging like
4 a game. 4 points a game, 0.4 assists per game, and 1.6 rebounds per game.
Bro, I cannot believe they did not put Luka Doncic.
Oh my gosh. Okay, who got snubbed out of it even more? Luka or Rudy?
Luka. Are you kidding me? Luka's having one of the greatest
a rookie of the year? Wow.
Oh, duh. I mean, he's definitely the rookie of the year. But if he can hang on to this right now, he's averaging 20 points a game. If he finishes the season averaging 20 points a game, he'll be the second rookie in NBA history to do that.
The other,
Michael Jordan.
I thought there was two. I thought LeBron and Jordan already done this.
No, LeBron didn't his rookie year. I don't think. But still, even if it is 3,
and those are 2 of the best players to ever play this game. So I mean, you're in good company.
Those are the 2 best players. So, I mean, how do you not put him in? 20.4, 5.4 assists, 6.9 rebounds. That is, if that's not an all-star season, I don't know what is.
All right, wait 1 second. Because Luka was number 2 in the West.
Yeah, and Derrick Rose was one of the higher.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say too. I'm very mad about D Rose not getting in.
The fans don't really have a big say in this. The fans are 50% of the vote, 5%, and coaches I think are 25% or something like that. And then coaches get to pick the reserves. So even though D Rose was like second in fan voting, he wasn't really. I mean, like. It doesn't matter because they didn't give him his award. But listen, 18.6 points a game, 4.7 assists a game is.
All right. So Victor Oladipo getting hurt, does that mean he has to be replaced from someone from the Eastern Conference?
I think it does mean that. Even though it's not East versus West, I think they have to. Because then, I guess it doesn't really matter, but I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure it does. So I'm guessing you would put Luka. If it wasn't East, they could do anybody. You would put Luka.
Do you think I forgot to ask you this? Do you think Jimmy Butler deserved to get in over D'Angelo Russell?
D'Angelo Russell made it over Jimmy Butler.
I know. I asked. Do you think Jimmy should have made it?
Oh, no.
Really?
No. The dude's
having a good year.
He's having a good year, but I mean the dude's not a good person. I'm like, I don't care about him.
I mean, come on, this isn't if he's a good teammate. This is if he's a good player.
All right. Anyway, I definitely think Derrick Rose should have been in. I was really hoping for that. I hope LeBron drafts D Wade. That'll be fun. One last time. That should be LeBron's first pick. That would be pretty cool.
No, his first pick should be Anthony Davis.
No, but
hey, Anthony.
I'll see you in 2 years or in a few weeks.
Hey, trade deadline's Thursday, so they got to make it happen now.
Yeah. We'll get to that later, but I think Rudy Gobert and Luka were the top two that got snubbed.
I'd say Luka's the number one snub.
Anyway, we can talk about that more later, but breaking news happened last night. The Lakers trade offer to get Anthony Davis was revealed, and it was Kyle Kuzma, Lonzo Ball, and a few first round and like 1 or 2 first round picks. That's just flat out embarrassing. Having to get that release for Anthony Davis, like that makes your organization look terrible.
How so? Which organization's terrible, are you saying?
The Lakers.
Are you kidding me? If I were the Lakers, I would give up every single person on that roster outside.
Exactly. And they only gave up 2 players.
4.
What?
They give up Beasley, Ball, Rondo, and Kuzma in a first. That's what they were offering.
Are you sure?
I'm 100% sure that's what Woj
That was
reported.
supposedly, but Woj came out with what the Lakers actually did offer.
Listen, okay, what I saw is that it was all those guys. I don't understand how you would trade Rondo, then you don't have a point guard.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with Anthony Davis.
I would, if I were the Lakers, give up a pick, Lonzo, Kuzma, Hart, Zubac.
Yeah.
It wouldn't matter to me. Because here's the thing. This whole, like, well, they're young, they still have time is crap. LeBron doesn't have time. That's the problem.
He's
LeBron
got 3 more years after this, probably.
He can't wait on these guys to develop because odds are most of these guys aren't going to. It doesn't look like Alonzo's ever going to be anything special. He gets hurt. Kuzma's good, but is he elite? No. We need an elite player beside LeBron. Ingram, he's okay. He's not very good, but he's all right. And then, it frustrates. If you're Magic Johnson right now, you're looking at this and you're saying, we have a 4-year window with it, and this was the year that we probably had the least opportunity to win, so it's not that upset. But we need to make a move and go forward. And I think getting Anthony Davis would be a huge step. And then if you could land just one free agent, that's big. That you could get Kyrie, KD, Clay, Kawhi. If you just get one of those guys, next year you're a top 2 or 3 team in the West.
Yeah, I think you need to get 2.
2 to be in the. You're saying a team with LeBron. Let's theoretically say Kyrie and Anthony Davis isn't top 3 in the West.
Oh, I thought you said top in the West. Oh my gosh, LeBron is out tonight versus the Warriors for rest. That is stupid.
No, it's not. What? They're not trying to hurt him.
But it's against the Warriors. That ABC is gonna be so mad because that was the Saturday night game. I was so ready to watch that too.
ABC pretty much didn't expect him to play anyway until 2 days ago when he played versus the Clippers because he didn't look like he was going to play. Listen, he's 34. I mean, the guy is not a young kid. His body is not going to take this beating the same. He's going to have to miss some. He came back from injury, and let's be real. If he played tonight, the Lakers are going to lose anyway. So it doesn't matter. And I think if you're Luke Walton and the Lakers, to rest him. But God, this is gonna be tough. I'm pretty sure Kuzma and Lonzo are out. Good luck.
Kuzma and Lonzo?
Kuzma's been out for a long time. I'm not sure if he's playing tonight. But...
All right. 2 little updates that tend to show is Chris Long did win Walter Payton Man of the Year, and congrats to Tony Gonzalez on making the Hall of Fame. We can talk about that a little bit later on Tuesday when we talk about the Super Bowl and everything. But yeah, we're going to wrap the show up, guys. We got things to go do. Jackson, got anything to say?
Nope.
All right. Go follow Jackson at Orioles.Kingdom, guys. Go follow Sam at Chiefs Chaos. Go follow us on KC3 Takes. Subscribe to the podcast. Tell your friends. Go subscribe to us on iTunes or Spotify. Other than that, peace.